Hello, and welcome to today's exploration of the Bronze Age, a pivotal period in human history that reshaped societies across the globe. I've always been fascinated by how technological advancements can fundamentally alter the course of civilization, and the Bronze Age is perhaps one of the most striking examples of this phenomenon. Today, we'll delve into the intricacies of this era, examining its origins, impact, and lasting legacy. Now you might be wondering, what exactly defines the Bronze Age? Well, it's not as straightforward as one might think. The Bronze Age is typically considered the second part of the three-age system, sandwiched between the Stone Age and the Iron Age. However, it's crucial to understand that this transition didn't occur simultaneously across the world. Different regions entered the Bronze Age at different times, creating a complex tapestry of technological development across the globe. An ancient civilization is deemed to be part of the Bronze Age if it either produced bronze by smelting its own copper and alloying it with tin, arsenic or other metals, or traded other items for bronze from producing areas elsewhere. The key to this age was, of course, bronze itself. This alloy, primarily composed of copper and tin, revolutionized toolmaking and weaponry. Its harder, more durable properties gave Bronze Age civilizations a significant technological edge. However, the adoption of bronze wasn't just a matter of discovering how to mix metals. It required complex trade networks, sophisticated mining operations, and advanced metalworking techniques. The development of these systems would have far-reaching consequences, shaping societies in ways that extended far beyond mere tool production. When we talk about the origins of the Bronze Age, we must turn our attention to the Near East. This region, encompassing modern-day Iraq, Syria, Lebanon and parts of Turkey, was the crucible in which bronze technology was first forged. The emergence of bronze in this area wasn't a coincidence. The Near East had already been home to some of the world's earliest agricultural societies, and the complex social structures that developed alongside farming provided the perfect environment for technological innovation. The transition to the Bronze Age in the Near East was gradual, but its effects were profound. The ability to produce stronger, more durable tools and weapons had far-reaching implications for agriculture, warfare, and trade. But perhaps even more significant was the social stratification that accompanied this technological leap. The production of bronze required specialized skills and access to resources, leading to the emergence of a new class of craftsmen and traders. This, in turn, contributed to the development of more complex social hierarchies and political structures. Cultures in the ancient Near East practiced intensive year-round agriculture, developed writing systems, invented the potter's wheel, created centralized governments, usually in the form of hereditary monarchies, written law codes, city-states and nation-states and empires, embarked on advanced architectural projects, and introduced social stratification, economic and civil administration, slavery, and practiced organized warfare, medicine, and religion. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Near Eastern Bronze Age was the development of writing systems. The Sumerians, with their cuneiform script, and the Egyptians, with their hieroglyphs, were among the first to develop complex writing systems. These weren't just used for record-keeping, they became powerful tools for administration, literature, and the preservation of cultural knowledge. The ability to record and transmit information across time and space was a game-changer, allowing for the accumulation and dissemination of knowledge in ways that had never before been possible. As we shift our gaze westward, we find that the Bronze Age in Europe presents a fascinating mosaic of cultures and innovations. Unlike the relatively unified developments we see in the Near East, Europe's transition to the Bronze Age was a more fragmented affair. Different regions adopted bronze technology at different times and in different ways, leading to a rich diversity of cultural expressions. One of the most intriguing aspects of Bronze Age Europe is the evidence of long-distance trade networks. The tin required for bronze production wasn't widely available, necessitating complex trade routes that spanned the continent. This led to increased cultural exchange and the spread of ideas and technologies. I find it remarkable to think about the ancient traders who would have traversed these routes, carrying not just raw materials, but also new concepts and ways of life. Isotopic analysis of tin in some Mediterranean bronze artefacts suggests that they may have originated from Great Britain. The Bronze Age also saw significant changes in European burial practices, which provide us with valuable insights into the social structures and beliefs of the time. The emergence of individual burials, often accompanied by elaborate grave goods, suggests a growing emphasis on personal status and wealth. The famous Nebra sky disk, discovered in Germany and dated to around 1800 to 1600 BC, is a prime example of the sophisticated metalworking and astronomical knowledge that had developed in Bronze Age Europe. It's objects like these that really bring home the level of sophistication these ancient societies had achieved. As we venture eastward, we encounter the Bronze Age civilizations of Asia, each with its own unique characteristics and contributions. The Indus Valley Civilization, one of the largest and most sophisticated urban cultures of the ancient world, flourished during this period. What fascinates me about the Indus Valley is the level of urban planning they achieved. Their cities, with their grid-like layouts, advanced drainage systems, and standardized architecture, speak to a highly organized society with a strong central authority. Moving further east, we come to China, where the Bronze Age ushered in one of the most enduring and influential civilizations in world history. The Chinese Bronze Age is particularly noted for its spectacular ritual bronzes, objects of incredible artistic and technical sophistication that played a crucial role in religious and political life. These weren't just functional items, they were symbols of power and prestige, often inscribed with texts that provide us with invaluable historical information. The Chinese bronze artifacts generally are either utilitarian, like spear points or adze heads, or ritual bronzes, which are more elaborate versions in precious materials of everyday vessels, as well as tools and weapons. What I find particularly interesting about the Asian Bronze Age is how it demonstrates the diverse paths that different societies can take, even when working with similar technologies. While the Indus Valley civilization seems to have placed a premium on urban planning and standardization, the Chinese appear to have channeled their bronze technology into elaborate ritual objects and weapons. This diversity reminds us that technology alone doesn't determine a society's development. Cultural values and social structures play an equally important role. As we approach the end of our journey through the Bronze Age, we come to one of the most enigmatic and debated periods in ancient history, the Late Bronze Age collapse. Around 1200 BC, a series of interconnected events led to the downfall of many of the great Bronze Age civilizations in the Eastern Mediterranean and Near East. This wasn't just a political upheaval, it was a systemic collapse that affected everything from international trade to local food production. The causes of this collapse have been hotly debated by historians and archaeologists for decades. Some point to climate change and resulting famines, others to invasions by mysterious sea peoples, and still others to internal social and political factors. In my view, it was likely a perfect storm of multiple factors. What's clear is that the collapse led to a significant disruption of the trade networks that had sustained the Bronze Age economies. Without access to tin, many regions were forced to adapt, leading to increased use of iron and setting the stage for the Iron Age. The Aegean collapse has been attributed to the exhaustion of the Cypriot forests causing the end of the bronze trade. One of the most intriguing aspects of this collapse is how it affected different regions. While some areas, like Greece, entered a dark age with a significant loss of population and cultural complexity, others, like the Levant, seem to have weathered the storm better. This differential impact tells us a lot about the resilience of different social and economic systems. It's a stark reminder that civilizations, no matter how advanced, are not invulnerable to catastrophic change. As we conclude our exploration of the Bronze Age, it's worth reflecting on the enduring legacy of this remarkable period. The Bronze Age wasn't just a stage in technological development, it was a crucible in which many of the fundamental elements of complex societies were forged. The social stratification, long-distance trade networks, and urban centres that emerged during this time laid the groundwork for the civilizations that would follow. One of the most significant legacies of the Bronze Age was the development of writing systems. The ability to record information and transmit it across time and space revolutionized human society. It allowed for the accumulation of knowledge, the development of complex administrative systems, and the creation of literature. In many ways, the written word is the thread that connects us directly to these ancient civilizations, allowing their voices to speak to us across the millennia. The bronzes of the Western Zhou dynasty document large portions of history not found in the extant texts that were often composed by persons of varying rank and possibly even social class. Further, the medium of cast bronze lends the record they preserve a permanence not enjoyed by manuscripts. The Bronze Age also left us with a rich material legacy. The bronze artifacts that have survived, from intricate jewellery to massive statues, provide us with tangible links to our past. These objects not only demonstrate the technical skill of ancient craftsmen, but also offer insights into the beliefs, values, and daily lives of Bronze Age peoples. As an archaeologist, I find it deeply moving to hold a bronze tool or ornament and think about the hands that crafted it thousands of years ago. In conclusion, the Bronze Age represents a crucial chapter in the human story. It was a time of remarkable innovation and social change, setting the stage for the complex civilizations that would follow. As we face our own era of rapid technological change and social upheaval, there's much we can learn from studying this pivotal period in our past. The Bronze Age reminds us of the profound impact that technological innovations can have on society, and the complex interplay between technology, culture, and the environment that shapes the course of human history. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the Bronze Age. If you've enjoyed this exploration of ancient history, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Your support really does make a difference and allows me to continue producing content on fascinating historical topics. If there are other aspects of ancient history you'd like me to cover in future videos, please let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring the past to understand our present.